Hello guys. Today in this video I will teach you the best strategies and ways to use John Doe in Forsaken. Chapter 1. Abilities. John Doe has a long variety of attacks. So we'll start off with the most basic, his M1. It has a wind-up of 0.4 seconds and deals 28 damage, the most of any killer in the game. The next ability is Corrupt Energy. After a short wind-up, while standing still, a row of spikes appear. The spikes go in any direction you look at and last 14 seconds. When a spike hits a survivor, it deals 12 damage and gives you speed 1 for 7 seconds. However, you can also hit the same survivor multiple times in a row. On top of all that, if a survivor stands on it, they get Corruption 2 for 5 seconds, dealing 12.5 damage. His next ability is Digital Footprint. You stomp on the ground 3 times and a large shadow under you. You can place down a max of 3 traps at once, and if a survivor steps on it, you gain Speed 1 for 10 seconds. They get Slowness 2 and Corruption 1 for 10 seconds, and you and the survivors both have their aura revealed to each other. His final ability is 404 Error. You slow down for a bit, and all the survivors' aura is revealed to you for 6 seconds. And yeah, that's it. Now we will be moving on to how and when to use his abilities. Chapter 2. When and how to use abilities. I am going to show you a game on how to use your abilities. So right off the bat, I immediately run to, in my opinion, the best spots for digital footprints in this map. I thought the guest was trying to go in the building, so I tried to trap him, but he changed directions. So I tried to snipe him. Again, I tried to trap him, but he still managed to go in the other direction. However, it turned in my favor, as he gave me free speed and damage to finish the kill. I used 404 Error here to try and find people. I also forgot to mention that you can parry with it by when a sentinel stuns you. If you use it at the right time, you can get an extra 3 to 4 seconds of speed after. Anyways, I go for the snipe on the noob to gain speed since there is no optimal trap near. Next, I just go to the AFK chance for more time, and then get the dispenser. Next, I go for the guest. I trapped him here, but it didn't really work in my favor anyway. Anyways, as you see, my digital footprints are working well on boxing them off. And my spikes made him only go in one direction. I next go for Dusakar but lose him, so I just go for the Builder Man. Next, I wait for my Corrupt Energy to get off cooldown, so I can trap the Builder Man. It works in my favor. and I managed to secure the kill leading to LMS. I cut off the Dussakar. I cut off their exit and finished the job. Next, we will move on to the final chapter. Chapter 3, Optimal Trap Placements, in my opinion. The first map I go over is Planet Voss, which honestly isn't the best map for John Doe because of how open it is. But I still place my traps in ways that either stop loopers or prevent survivors from doing generators or hiding. And if anyone has better placements, I'd love to hear them in the comments. Next is Beach House Paradise, where my first trap goes near the upper stairs since there's a generator there and a lot of players tend to hang out in that area, while another trap is placed near the building to cut people off, with the final one serving the same purpose. On Bloodfell Manor, I place one trap near the stairs to stop generator progress, since people often stay there, another in the hallway to obstruct movement, and the last near the gate to block a common entry point where survivors like to loop. Moving on to Brandon Works, I use two traps to completely close off the castle because there's almost always a generator there and survivors frequently hang out in that area. Then place another trap in a spot where, during last man standing situations, players often prepare and regain stamina. For Cool Carnival, I place a trap near a generator where it's easy to cut people off, another in a common hangout spot that also has a generator, and a final trap to shut down a strong looping area that killers often struggle with. At Cake Factory, one trap goes in a common passing area to cut people off, another is placed on the stairs since survivors like to run there while being chased, and the last is in a hallway, which is also heavily traveled. In Classic Battlegrounds, I put one trap on the stairs to obstruct movement, one in the middle of the bridge since it sees a lot of traffic, and a final trap on the upper stairs to completely block off the upper area. On glass houses, I place one trap in a popular hangout spot, another on the stairs where people often gather, and a third in yet another common hangout area. For Horror Hotel, I use similar placements to close off an entire section of the map as much as possible. On Pirate Bay, the first trap goes in a strong hangout spot, the second is placed to stop loopers, and the third covers another area where players commonly gather. When it comes to the Tempest, I place traps on both staircases to shut down one of the most common looping and hangout areas, along with another trap in an additional hangout spot. In Ultimate Assassin Grounds, I place traps in two common looping areas and another in a spot where survivors frequently hang out. For Underground War, all of my traps are focused on making sure that if survivors go underground, they're essentially stuck there for the rest of the match. At work at a pizza place, I place traps in common looping and hangout spots as well as a high traffic area that survivors pass through often. On Yorick's resting place, one trap is placed at the most common entrance to the house, and another on the bridge to make access even harder, since it's a frequent passing point. Finally, on Familiar Ruins, I had to adjust my placement since the upstairs board was removed, which used to be a major hangout spot. And although I misplaced my first trap at first, it's meant to be in the middle because it's a common looping and passing area, with another trap placed where many players travel through, and the last one blocking off the entire upstairs area. And yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video and learned from it, and I'll see you in the next one.